Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to week 6 of online learning. You guys have been doing a phenomenal job so far, so keep it up. Please make sure you do all your assignments on time. The faster you get them done, the more time you'll have off at the end of the week. So this week for language arts, we actually have 4 assignments. It's longer than usual for language arts, but it has to do with the story from last week, so you'll be fine. Make sure you're on LAL. Make sure you're on class pages. When you get over here, please make sure you click on e-learning for grade 3, ELA 5 through 8. Then make sure you click on week 6. When you get to week 6, you're going to see it's the same story from last week. How did that get in my lunchbox? The story of food. So if you scroll down, you're going to see the YouTube video again, just in case you need to watch it so you can hear the story all over again, or you can read it on your own because you have the book at home. So it's up to you how you want to do it. But please, I recommend that you listen to it again just in case you don't remember the story. When you scroll down, you're going to see your 4 assignments for this week. So today we're focusing on assignment 1. So click on the attachments. It says click on the attachments for the assignment. You're going to see 4 different things here. All 4 of these things are to help you. The assignment is the last one, but these 3 are to help you. So I highly suggest clicking on them and making sure that you read and watch the resources so you know how to complete this assignment. So if I were you, click on the anchor chart. It will download and then it will pop up. When it pops up, I already have it popped up, so click Enable Editing. So there's 2 anchor charts for text structure. And if you see below, there's one here. So you can look at both of them and read them. But when you're looking at a story is organized in a way that has best fits the author's purpose for writing it. So for example, a story might be written in a compare and contrast kind of way, where they talk about how certain things are the same and how certain things are different. A story might be written where there's a lot of cause and effect. Because something happened, this is what happened after that. So think about that in your head. Is the story this week, how did that get in my lunchbox? Comparing and contrasting different things? Is it telling you some because and effect? Or is it giving you sequence where they're telling you first this happens, next this, then that? That's usually like biographies, right? Or is it telling you a problem and solution? Then there's another way you could look at it. Text structures, same thing, but there's additional ones. Is the story descriptive? Does it tell a lot of descriptions? Like there's a round apple that's red and blah, 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 blah. It tells you characteristics. Or is the story, again, comparing and contrasting? Is it telling you how are some things alike and how are some things different? You have to decide. Like I said before, is the story doing cause and effect, the reason why something happens? Is it giving you a problem and then a solution where there's a huge problem in the story and then they solve it? Is the story about a problem and a solution? Is this story giving you chronological, which is the same thing as sequence? What we said first, second, then after that, last. You usually see these in biographies when you're talking about a person from being born to being a child, to being a teenager, to being an adult, to being an elderly person. So we are going to figure out the text structure of how did that get in my lunchbox. So if there's 2 videos that you might want, that you should watch, if you click on the video for part 1, it will download below. You will click on it and it will open up the video that will help you. So there is no speaking in this video, so you would have to read it. And it's really cute. It's about a panda and it tells you what text structures are. So watch this video, then exit out and watch the second part of this video. Again, these videos are going to help you complete your assignment. Here's the second part of the video. I'm not going to show it on this video because there's no point. You can watch that on your own. All right. Once you do that, click this week's assignment, LAL Week 6 Assignment 1. Let it download, and then you have your assignment. If I were you, I would have this assignment, and then I would also have your anchor chart next to you. That way you can go back and forth to try to figure out the answers. So before you begin, always put your name. And then it also says, first watch the 2 videos below about text structure. So here's the YouTube videos about text structure. Those were the same videos you saw right here. So just in case you forgot to watch them, they're on your assignment, so you do not forget. So watch these because they will help you. Next, it says, after watching the videos, be sure to have your Into Reading book next to you. Well, here you go. I have my book next to me, and this will help me. So make sure you turn to the how did that get in my lunchbox? Then you're going to answer the questions. Here's my favorite thing of all. Be sure to restate and respond in strong 3rd grade sentences. So boys and girls, full complete sentences, or like I said, I will send it back to you and make you do it all over again. We are 3rd graders. We know how to write. All right. So number 1 says, reread page 288. What are 2 ways the author organizes the text on this page? So we're going to figure out what the text structure is for page 288 only. So I have my book next to me, and I turn to page 288. I'll read this section to you, and then you have to tell me what the text structure is. How did the bread in your sandwich get in your lunchbox? A farmer planted seeds in spring, and by summer they'd grown into tall, waving wheat with fat, ripe grains at the tip of every stalk. The farmer cut the wheat with a giant combine harvester and set into a flour mill. Okay, so that's it. That's just this page. Now, the question is asking you, what are 2 ways they organize this text? So flip back to your anchor chart. Let's pick 2 ways that the author organized it. Was it very descriptive? Did it give you adjectives, a lot of adjectives when they described it? I'm going to say it again. They'd grown into tall, waving, fat, ripe, giant. Okay, those are adjectives, aren't they? So is this page organized to be very descriptive? Well, like I said, they are adjectives. So you might want to consider this one right here. Is this page comparing and contrasting 2 things? Did they pick 2 different things and talk about how they're alike and different? I mean, I don't know. I don't see anything about comparing and contrasting, do you? Cause and effect. Because they did something happen? So, a farmer planted seeds in the spring, and by summer, it grew into a tall, wavy wheat with fat, ripe grains at the tip of the stalk. Is that a cause and effect? Because they planted seeds in the spring? Did something happen by the summertime? That's something to consider. Here's the next one. Is there a problem? Is there a problem and a solution in this? On this page, is there a major problem? Not so sure about that one. And chronological. Is there a lot of order in it? Is there saying first, second, last? If they are, then that would be one of your 2 that you choose. But if you don't see anything like first, second, after that, then you wouldn't choose that. So, based on what I said, what were the 2 that this page is structured in? Once you find those 2, you go back and you write, the 2 ways the author organizes the text on this page is by using and tell me the two that we said. Okay? Then it says reread for number 2. Reread page 288. How does the heading on page 288 help readers? It says, hint, we talked about this last week during our read aloud. So if you go back to 288, here is the heading right up here. Why do we have a heading, boys and girls? Why do we always have a heading on the top of our page? What does the heading tell you? What does the heading tell you? If you don't know, you can always Google why stories have headings on the top of their pages. So you're going to write the heading on page 288 helps the readers blah, 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 and tell me the answer. And number 3, why did the author include the diagram? Diagram means picture on page 289. So now we're turning to the next page, 289, and we're looking at the picture. Why do you think, I shouldn't turn that. Why do you think the author chose to put the diagram here? See, first is flour, then is grains, and then you put this together, and then this happens, and blah, blah, blah. Why do you think the author is using these pictures to tell you about this page? What's so important about that diagram, that picture? So you would write, the author included the diagram on page 289 because, and tell me why. And then when you're done, submit it. That's it. Bye, guys.